What's up, guys? My name's Tommy Demsell of Hit You Good Motors. I love America, horsepower, fighting for the Second Amendment, turning left, and going fast. Well, it's my first year out there on the dirt track, so we're still working on the going fast part, but we're getting there. Yeah, I kind of bought a race car. For over 15, maybe 20 years, I've wanted to be involved in some kind of racing. So much so that when I was in my late teens or early 20s, I actually had to give up watching it so much because it was eating me up so bad to want to drive. But the prospect of driving was so astronomically unlikely, I just had to take a break from it. Having little disposable income as a teen or a young adult in my early 20s with no truck to haul a car, no trailer to haul a car, no place to keep the car, no car, and no one in my family who raced cars, you can begin to see a little bit of a pattern here. It just wasn't happening. The Lord had another purpose for my life for those 15 years, but now the clouds have kindly started to part. So the point of this video is to show that, yeah, you really can go racing without owning your own business, having a massive garage, or a huge amount of technical skills, not right off the bat anyways. So last year I saw this video from Kenny Wallace saying you don't need to have money to go racing. Now believe me, I understand how crazy that statement sounds, but just hang on for just a second. You gotta have money. Race cars are money pits. The one way to make a small fortune in racing is to start with a big one. Yeah, we've all heard the stories, but that's not the point here. The point is you don't have to be filthy rich to go racing. I've got a 2014 50 F-150 as a daily driver. I paid $4,000 for the car and about $4,200 for the trailer. I had to install a trailer brake control module, program it, and then add anti-sway bars to the hitch, which I think was a very good investment, and a generator for the trailer, which all came out to about $1,500 or somewhere around there. All the trailer tires, they cost about $500, and after that, a decent amount of parts to fix the car up, but let's call it a little over $12,000 initial startup just to get going. Now this is a decent chunk of change, but it ain't $25,000, $50,000, or $100,000. It's actually something that's attainable. I mean, I may be working on my back in the dirt, but hey, at least I got a car, okay? Now I want to take just a quick moment to remind you that the Hit You Good Motors racing team is sponsored by the largest no-compromise gun rights organization in America, the National Association for Gun Rights. After working with these guys for the last 5 years and serving as executive director of Palmetto Gun Rights, I can honestly say that there is no better organization to spend your money with than NAGR. After all, it was the National Association for Gun Rights and their state affiliate, Palmetto Gun Rights, that finally pushed constitutional carry across the finish line in South Carolina, my home state, as well as over 24 other states in the nation, and they're also fighting for the same pro-gun legislation in North Carolina right now. Not to mention a no-holds-barred attitude when it comes to holding anti-gun politicians accountable at the federal level, and an aggressive legal arm in the National Foundation for Gun Rights that's been kicking tail in the courts as well. So, click the link in the description and become a member for just $30 a year and squat up with the millions of other gun owners who are joining the front lines to defend the Second Amendment. But for now, back to the show. Now, my mom has always been supportive of what I've wanted to do in racing, but for some reason, my dad just didn't quite have that fire. In fact, Dad actually kind of had me, not scared, but way overcautious to work on anything related to automotive projects, lest I mess it up and cost even more to fix something. I had a decent amount of experience working at Farrell Chevy as an apprentice and several automotive jobs after that, but I was in a household where there was a decent amount of apprehension regarding me working on someone else's car or even some of my own vehicles. However, this whole video is to encourage you, if you're young or heck even old like me, to jump in and make it happen. YouTube has such a huge wealth of knowledge on literally every car and every type of job you can come across, and yes, that includes working on a race car. Just Google Chris Fix and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I gotta say that working on my Mustang and building that to doing a fairly substantial amount of work getting this car ready for the track has been really eye-opening as to just what I'm capable of and competent of and what you can do too. Just get started and start building that confidence. You're gonna break bolts, you're gonna break tools, and yeah, maybe something expensive, but if you got a little sense and carefully adhere to instructions, you can get away with learning on the fly. So without much further ado, I want to share the reveal of the race car to both my parents and in-laws. I want to create this series as a way for some of my friends, church family, everyone who wants to ask about the race car to keep up with it and see some decent editing just to see what's going on, and hopefully bring in some viewership from abroad as well. I do hope you enjoy the rest of this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with what happens the first time we take the number 44 NAGR Pure Stock to the track.
Repeated. No. Don't hear it. You got the drag race? Yeah. Well, I guess I was expecting $785,000. I told you when you get a race car,
I told him, I said I didn't tell her. I promise I didn't tell her. Penny, what are we going to do today?
We're going to go see Thomas race car.
Are you excited about it?
Very excited.
Tell me more about it. What are you nervous about it?
It's my first time seeing it in person.
How do you feel about me racing?
You what?
Not liking it.
You don't not liking it. Why?
It's dangerous.
It's gonna be fun to watch, though, isn't it?
It would be fun to watch.
So we're going to see, we're with my in-laws, it's Brian and Penny and Allie, it's my wife. We're going to see my race car for the first time, for them for the first time. I showed my parents a couple months ago. We bought this a couple months ago, not meaning to go ahead and pull the trigger on one, but we got a pretty good deal on it, so that's what we're going with. And I'm sure it's not that fast, or at least not with me driving it, but we're gonna go fire it up and kind of get it ready for the season a little bit.
Sockets? Like,
That one is.
it looks like it, isn't it?
Yeah, I can get Allen wrenches in there. Just gotta get a new one. It looks like maybe it pieces together right there, and it's just sticking outside.
It's the way the pump is built. Years ago, that used to be I guess it can't go anywhere because it's off the ground.
That's off the ground.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. So they don't. In these old cars, they didn't have them sitting in the.
It's mechanical.
Okay.
So it's running off the cam or something, and it's pushed. So when every time it cranks, it's mechanically pumping.
Feelings, Thomas, right now.
Impatience.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you feel about this 2025 race season?
I feel like we're probably going to go race once a month and hope to keep it in one piece while I figure out how to drive it.
True. And what's my rule?
There ain't no rules.
One crash, you done.
Nope.
One crash, you done.
So what do you think, Penny? You excited, or are you amped up for
So excited.
race season?
Sure, so excited. Very excited.
Are you gonna come watch?
Hopefully I can come sometime and watch.
Here's what it is. I'm just glad it fired. Alright, so far we need a couple things. We do need to bleed the brakes, because whenever I press on the brakes, they slowly go down the floor. I don't like that. So we're gonna bleed that out. We opened it up before and it looked like basically mud inside the master cylinder there. Other than that, gotta get that fuel pump replaced because it's leaking, and there is a bent rod underneath the transmission. So when you put it in reverse, it wants to, the drive shaft hits it and it wants to slide it out of place and put it back in neutral. So I definitely want to get that fixed.
previous owner said just to bend it back straight and it works good for a little while, so we'll end up doing that. But other than that, we'll see what happens. Looking forward, should be racing around April, and we'll probably post this video around April. But other than that, make sure you sign your petition with the National Association for Gun Rights, and we're going racing.